Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, friends, enemies, and comrades, I hope you're doing well wherever you are. This is Kenyan Revolutionary, bringing you another quick session. Early, the early bird gets the early worm, right? But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if you've heard, but it looks like 100 MPs are reported to have been taken. They took a trip to Addis Ababa. Karibu sana Ani, I see you in the chat. Thank you. Hit that like button as we get started. 100 MPs are heading to Addis Ababa. Not only that, Raila Odinga with his entourage, his members of his staff. eh? I mean, this is more than 100 people, because Raila's entourage, as Annie is telling us, if you add that with Raila's entourage, which may consist of more than 20 people, the Makau Mutuas and everybody else and his bag handlers, bag carriers, his family members, okay? Ida, Mama Ida. I don't know if his son, Raila Jr., also will be joining. I mean, you could be talking about 150 people, Kenyans, going to Addis Ababa, or even 200, okay? Now, to me, of course, like many Kenyans, the first question you want to ask is, who is going to foot the bill for these 100 members of parliament to go to Addis Ababa? Was it really necessary? Is it really necessary? That's the first question. But again, we know the answer. We know that Ruto gave Raila, I don't know, $10 million or 10 million Kenyan shillings or 50 million Kenyan shillings for his campaign for the AU. And I mentioned that this was payment, hush money for Raila to accept Ruto's victory. But the larger question for me is not only that. To me, it is an act of desperation from the Kenyan delegation, AU delegation. It's low-key embarrassing if you really think of it. Of all the candidates, let me just say the three of them, I don't think they have 100 members of parliament, including cabinet secretaries of that regime, attending that AU summit in Addis Ababa. You see what I'm saying? This just shows an act of desperation by Kenya. It's appalling, to say the least. Embarrassing. Why would 100 members of parliament go to support Raila Odinga? Is he hoping, or are they hoping, to sway or intimidate other members of the AU, heads of states, or their representatives who are going to cast their vote? Are they hoping to intimidate them to vote for Raila Odinga, since they are there in numbers? This is unprecedented. Yeah, he's telling me, I don't believe you because you told us Trump was the best president and now he's planning to displace Gazans to take their land. It seems like you support crazy individuals. Well, I told you Trump was the best of the bunch between Joe Biden and Trump. the American establishment versus Trump. Okay? Now, on the Gaza issue, I told you this also, that while Trump might be better than Joe Biden, you have to consider the AIPAC influence in American politicians, the Israeli lobby group, who Trump is considering to for it to be considered a foreign entity. Listen, I don't want to get to the complexities, the intricacies, intricate details of American politics. But again, like I say, if we are to compare Trump and Joe Biden, Trump is a way better candidate president than Joe Biden, based on his last 4 years and what he intends to do. The Gazan issue is not something to be proud of. Of course, it's still going on. He's talking about taking up Gaza and so forth, so forth. But let's see how it unfolds, because the issue is still ongoing. Okay? But I still maintain my position that Trump is way better than Joe Biden. Joe Biden was corrupt, just like Obama was corrupt. Okay? And he was pushing for American expansionist military agenda. Okay? Joe Biden was a stooge for the military industrial complex, the deep state, the globalist. Okay? Trump seems to be taking a different route. But this is not about Trump. I'm about to talk about Kenya. Karibu sana, Shi Mariam. Okay? So let's just wait and see how Trump will be dealing with Israel and the Palestinian issue. So far, it does not look good. I just said and I maintain that Trump was and is a better option. Okay? And I maintain that. So if you are butthurt about that, please drink some cold water and go use the bathroom. You'll feel much better. Okay? All right. Shi Mariam nakuona? Kumbe unajua juu ya Obama also. Yes. Now, I was talking about the Kenyan delegation, or 100 members of parliament who have also joined in the party in Addis Ababa. Okay? Helen Troy is telling us, I supported Trump's win because of his radical leftist ideology of Biden's administration, also because Ruto was his puppet. But Trump is proving to be unnecessarily chaotic and disruptive. What the hell? I don't know why people are saying Trump is disruptive. How disruptive is he? I mean, what has he done that is disruptive? Okay? His executive orders were undoing years of Biden's mess with the LGBTQRSTV, whatever the case is, agenda. Not only that, his cutting down unnecessary spending, not only on the USAID, but on the government spending. There are people who are in government getting paid for doing nothing. Why are we making this about Trump? I mean, the guy has only been there not only a month. Just because he's undoing what Biden was doing? What's wrong with that? Okay? So I don't understand it. I don't understand it. Why? How disruptive is Trump? How disruptive? You can only say he's disruptive if you are a Joe Biden supporter, a Democrat, we've seen how corrupt the Democrats were. From the Clinton Foundation, Obama with that Fast and Furious, whatever, when he was sending guns to Mexico, okay, and all that stuff, deporting a lot of people. Obama deported more people than George Bush. The broken borders. I mean, I can go on and on about Obama's failures and Joe Biden's failures and all this stuff. The money that was sent in Ukraine to start a necessary war, the nonsense around climate change, which is a bunch of baloney. I mean, why are you putting me on this? Why are we talking about Trump? He's undoing the mess that Obama and Joe Biden has been creating. And you call that disruptive? He wants to abolish the IRS. Kudos. He wants to abolish the income tax. Kudos. He wants to secure the borders. Kudos. He stopped unnecessary aid that has been used by the deep state, like the USAID, to give money to Zelensky to continue all this unnecessary war. He even wanted to cut funding to Israel. What's wrong with that? What's so disruptive about that? You're still falling into this narrative that, oh, Trump is a racist. Oh, I mean, come on. Yes, the situation of Gaza, I'm not happy with it. It's not ideal. I feel the Palestinians should have Gaza back. Okay, like I said, Trump is not ideal. Like I said, the American political politicians, 90% of them are in the pockets of the Jewish lobby group AIPAC, including Trump. His daughter is married to a Jewish guy. So, I mean, yeah, but anyway, let's not get to that. We shall, if you want to talk about Trump versus Joe Biden and all this stuff and the Gaza stuff, we can have a sit down and talk about that. The issue at hand, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, friends, enemies, and comrades, is William Ruto, 100 MPs plus Raila Odinga and his entourage heading to Addis Ababa versus Djibouti candidate Yusuf Mahmoud Mohammed. I am not a leftist by any means. I was a leftist for a long, long time. And I'm not a conservative either way. I'm a political realist. What's good for the country, what's good for the world in general. There's nothing wrong with being a member of the leftists. Okay? Look at this. All right. Now so yes. Oh, how many black people has he appointed? Okay, I'm not going down that route. So you want him to appoint 10 black people in his cabinet and you'll be happy with that. Ay. All right. No, you are afraid you don't understand what is going on. Okay, I don't know what's going on. All right, he's arrested. He's doing Putin's will, and that is why he removed you, said. Okay, you guys are really dragging me into this Trump talk. Hey. Kwani mlikunywa pilipili asubuhi mkanikujia na mambo ya Trump? Hey, ama mnetumwa na Ruto hapa nisiongee mambo ya 100 MPs. Let me see. He uses the same narrative that white racists uses, like the leftists, etc. I saw the picture of Raila with his wife and 2 guys, while Baba with. Thank you, Shimariam, to get me back to the Ninio. Lengo. Yes, thank you. And I'm lenga your story. How mengi hapa na mambo ya Trump hapa. I'm not falling. I'm not boarding. But we can always have that discussion. Shimariam anasema order. Wacha nigeuke executive host. Now I'm going to be an executive host. Order. Ati mimi you guys are making my day. Ati order. But I mean, I will be happy to engage. In fact, you know what? I will create a second session and we'll talk about Trump and the erratic nature that whatever you guys are talking about the Trump, and we shall juxtapose what he's doing against Joe Biden and the leftists and all that stuff. Okay, we shall talk about that. But for now, let's stick to the script. Leo tuko katika mambo ya AU. Now, I like what Shimariam said here. Listen. Shimariam amesema hivi, I saw a picture of Mahmoud arriving with his wife and 2 guys, while Baba with a full bus. Mnasikia hapo? Maoka Sunday. Tuko kwa baba. Yes. The most important news right now in the next few days is going to be the Ninio about AU. Okay, so please save that argument. I like that Trump discussion, but please hold it. I will make a second Ninio and we can have that discussion the next session where we'll talk about all that stuff. All right, let's go back and go in focus. Okay, thank you so much. So now that I'm hey, wacha nikunywe maji kidogo. Naona kama mliniamkia leo. But I love it. It's always good to but I like the fact that you guys are holding me accountable for what I said. I like that. I like that you keep me ninio. WS Banka na kuona. Yes. Oh, okay. Trump tufanye next. Tufanye Trump next week after the AU thing. Imedecisidiwa. Sawa. That's a fair point. WS Banka is saying politics, both sides are the same. Trump extended Obama policies, Biden extended Trump's policies. This is how politics works. Absolutely. I think there's a good argument to make that. I was all the way Trump 2020 against Hillary Clinton because I knew the dirt Hillary Clinton did and how they, the corruption, Hillary Clinton, the Clinton Foundation, all that stuff. So yeah, I agree with you to some extent, WS Banka. Yeah. Okay. Trump next week. We got time. Next week tuko na time, tutaongea mambo ya nini. Ruto is there to corrupt the whole process. What an insufferable thug. I hope Raila loses big time. Yes, we shall see how it goes. Yes, let's talk about AU. We are on AU. A fool can pass for a wise man as long as he's silent until he starts talking. I don't know where you're going with this, Ojoa Olo, but God bless you. Nitawakula. Now, nitawakujia, leave my guy alone. Nama mamuoni naandika ni capital letter ndio mwelewe. AUC day and night hadi kwa choo. Tunaongea AU mpaka tuone kama Raila ameshindwa ama ameshinda. This is AU. We are not stopping. Kila siku itakuwa AU. Ukiamka ni AU. Ukilala AU. Hey, AU. Yeah. So I'm going back to the statement that Shimariam said, and she made a very good statement there. Akasema, wacha niwakumbushe tena. I saw a picture of Mahmoud arriving with his wife and 2 guys. While Baba alikuja na lori imebeba ma MPs, 100 MPs. I remember a song by Nicki Minaj. Nilikuwa nasikia kama huyo mtu wa AU ninio wa Djibouti akiimba. 100 mother can't tell me nothing. A bee's in a trap. 100 mother can't show me nothing. A bee's in a trap. Mkijua hiyo wimbo basi museme amen. Anyway, Naona kesho kutakuwa ikiwa mbali. I wish siku iruke aanguke imtoke. I'm telling you, listen, if Raila loses, it will be an embarrassment of biblical proportions. Did you hear me? It will be embarrassment of biblical proportions. Him, along with 100 MPs, plus his entourage and his whole clan, who he has shipped to AU, Addis Ababa, shall be coming back in JKIA. And I hope NTV, Citizen TV, and all the stations will be there to show his mood. And I hope he addresses the nation after he loses too. Just the same way. Anyway, to me, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, friends and comrades, just to get back to the issue at hand, this is an act of desperation. This is an act of desperation. It's actually embarrassing to some extent. Because if the Djibouti guy showed up with his wife and two members of his staff, okay, to go to AU, while Raila Odinga is showing up with a boatload of people, this is an act of desperation. Like I said, why would they show up like that? What are they trying to prove? What are they trying to, I mean, how will that change the voting pattern of all these people who are heads of states who are going to cast that vote? I mean, are they there to intimidate the heads of states to vote a certain way for Raila Odinga? Are they there to sway these heads of states or their representatives who are going to cast the vote to vote a certain way in favor of Raila Odinga? Are they there to show force, to create an impression that Raila enjoys majority of support in order to sway, psychologically, sway the member states to vote for Raila? Is that the game plan here? Does that mean Raila's diplomatic connections is insufficient? It's not a good look, people. It's not a good look. Absolutely not. Yes. Yes, as Helen of Troy has said, it's not so, it's so embarrassing, especially because AU isn't all that influential or effective. It's just a hollow body. Like I said, AU, that's AU, the whole organ. Okay? It's an attempt for Africa to deal with its problems as a continent, as member states. And the head of the AU is considered a top diplomat. Okay? The guy who acts as a conduit, the conveyor belt, the go-to guy when the issue arises. He's the guy who, mediates when it comes to issues between two conflicting parties or nations or whatever the case is. All right? If anything, if I was Raila, I would have taken a forefront position when it came to that whole meeting with Kagame and Chikedi and the Burundian president, the Great Lakes meeting, the emergency meeting that Ruto called. I would have popped my head in that Ninio, to win some brownie points. Okay? So imagine 104 MPs, alafu wengine use more than 100K to wish Baba good luck on media. Hiyo siku nitalala msikiti. What an embarrassment. Absolutely. Mmesikia Wamuchomba amesema akianguka akapumzike Bondo. They want to support a young man to vie for presidential candidate not recycling these old cargoes. Haya, Principal Kaura ameanza na Valentine's Day to Baba. Valentine's Day is tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. So happy Valentine's Day to everyone who is in love and is with their loved ones. So I hope Baba will enjoy his Valentine's Day in Addis Ababa. Actually, to me, I hope he doesn't get that that seat. That's my personal opinion. That's how I feel. So God bless you. But I feel he's not qualified. Helen of Troy said, so why has the DRC conflict defeated the institution? You don't even hear the commission's participation. Absolutely. This was what I was asking too. While the M23 took over Goma, where was AUC? I mean, they can actually argue that it's kind of a very funny moment they're in, because Faki, I think he has already bidded farewell to the AU and all that stuff, so he's not really actively the head of AU. But I would have loved if AU made a statement. At least that's the least they could have done. Okay, so I agree with you, Helen of Troy, on that. She said that's another mistake wamefanya. They are messing big time, but because we don't have PhD to advise them, watch our hamna PhD. Sasa mtaniambia nini namna haye PhD? Ruto has lost his marbles. But like I was saying, this holds 100 MPs going to Addis Ababa. This is an embarrassment, to say the least. This is just ridiculous. It is out of... These people should call out. We should get all their names. All their names. And when they come back, we should ask them, whose tab is this? Nani alikulipa? Hii pesa ni ya nani ambao unatumia kwenda huko Addis Ababa? Baba's quest for AU is not of a national importance. That's a personal goal for Raila Odinga. It's a personal goal. Okay? Why are we, as Kenyans, members of parliament, supporting somebody's personal quest for a seat? The only person who should be worried about Raila Odinga's victory is Ruto, and that's it. Members of parliament should not, absolutely not, be part of this nonsense. Ruto miti inatereza kila mahali. Parliament na kuwa kumewaka. Yes. And I still don't know what Wetangula is still doing as the Speaker of the Parliament of National Assembly. Wetangula should be out. Back to, where is he from? Nimbukusu waba ni wapi? Wherever he's coming from. Helen of Troy saying, it's of national importance because Ruto's it's of national importance because Ruto's impeachment motion is simmering on the back burner. I highly doubt that. Okay, I see your argument. You're saying that if Raila Odinga goes to AU, then he might survive. But if he stays, they might impeach him. To me, whether Raila goes or comes back, I don't think Ruto will be impeached. Even with Azimio even as Azimio are, take their position as their majority, whatever, in the parliament, I don't think they will impeach Ruto. Those people are cowards. The members of parliament are a bunch of cowards. So watapewa pesa kidogo and that will shut them up. So I don't think so. I really don't think so. Even if Raila loses, I don't, like I said, and I mean, that's a fair point. I just don't see how these politicians who are easily bought, I mean, leo wako hapa, kesho. I mean, just look at Mbadi was giving a speech today about finance bill and all this nonsense. Okay? These are people who last year were like frothing and bumbling about how Ruto is destroying the country. The skunk in Ruto's cabinet, Opio and I, was banging the table, shouting from the rooftops, reminding us of how much of a failure Ruto's administration is. Now look at them. I mean, this is the nature of the type of people you have in the Azimio coalition. So I don't think, even if Raila loses, I don't think these guys have the nuts, enough kahunas to actually bring a motion to impeach Ruto. I don't think so. They will be paid and they will not even do anything. So I don't think so. I don't think so. But I see what you're saying. Shi Mariam is saying, wamesema ati wanajilipia. Imagine 100 million. All right, and then MPs. Tumeibiwa hivyo tu. Imagine flight peke yake ni plot moja. Yeah? Kulala siku moja kwa hoteli. Usha construct one room. Yeah? Baba atamgeuka siku ya mwisho akidhani wako barabara moja. Aachwe jia pada siku ya mwisho. Okay. Helen of Troy, okay. WS Bank is saying, politics is a Western creation meant to cause confusion, not to find solution. Kenya has a Western political system. As long as that system exists, so will confusion with Wakenya. That is true. But also, I think, I understand what you're saying. Kenya is uses the Western system of governance. Now, I think a solution can be found even in this system that we have. I'm not talking about the corrupt system. I've always mentioned that Kenya, we have the system, the legal system that we have that is supposed to govern us under the constitution that we have. But that system has been kicked aside. We are operating under a corrupt system of dictatorship. It's a soft dictatorship. I was listening to one of the panelists yesterday on Daybreak with Ayub, or whatever the case is. And they were saying, oh, Djibouti is a dictatorship, but we are not. And I almost choked on my coffee because I was like, are you looking around? Okay, so there's two systems. There's a system that is supposed to be under the constitution, 2010 constitution, that we're supposed to adhere to. It is partially being obeyed, partially being implemented. But majority of the time, we are living under a dictatorship, a corrupt dictatorial system that breeds people like William Samoei Ruto, people like Uhuru Kenyatta, people like Raila Odinga, people like Kalonzo, people like Martha Karua, people like Matiang'i. See what I'm saying? So whilst I agree with the general statement that you make, WS Banker, that it brings more confusion, the confusion is brought by these corrupt politicians, because the constitution is very clear on how we should govern ourselves. So yeah. Annie, you mean you say how MPs I want big balls? Kabisa, I want balls, kabisa. How ODM jana walisema wataenda wa Munyoro. Remember once Caleb Amis hinted on impeaching Kaongo? Yeah, they're just saying that. Let me tell you something about this ODM nitwits. Okay? Sasa hiyo wanajifanya wanasema hivyo because you have to remember something. You have to remember something. Let me remind you something. Hawa majamaa, when the Gen Zs wanted to remove Ruto, they are the ones who went and wakasaidia Ruto akae kwa hiyo kiti. Si ndio? Alafu wakapewa hizo cheo za ujinga za kina Hassan Joho na hao wajinga wengine. Okay? So they're trying to endear themselves back to the people by acting as if, oh, now that the decision has been made that we are the majority, they want to endear themselves to the Kenyan people by acting as if, oh, we shall remove Ruto. Now tutaenda kwa Wamunyoro, tuzungumze na Wamunyoro kwa sababu they know Wamunyoro is popular in Central. So they are trying to befriend kufurahisha watu wa Central by saying, oh, tutaenda kwa Munyoro, tukutane tuzungumze na wa Munyoro because we might remove Kasongo. I'm telling you, mimi niliwaambia hapa na nitawaambia tena. Once Raila loses that AU seat, he's coming back and NADCO ile tunaenda referendum November. Referendum inaenda November. Referendum, wacha niwaambie. Timi mandika pim. Hi Green, I see you. Karibu sana, karibu sana. Democracy is just common sense. Actually, yeah. I mean, it is coined democracy. We use, I mean, even in our previous African way of governance, okay, before the Europeans came up with all these fancy things like democracy and all this stuff, we had democracy. We just didn't define it as so. Okay? When we had those barazas, the old wise men of the day, walikuwa wanaitwa wanakalishwa chini. If there was an issue, the king of Baganda, or whatever the case, he will consult with the wazee, baraza za la wazee. Have you ever had that stuff, baraza la wazee? Baraza la wazee? The wazees were people who were voted by the people, the wise men of the village, of the community. They were representing the people, a population, a community. Okay? Like the Mijikenda, the 9 tribes, whatever the case is. They had their representative. So we had democracy even in our African, traditional, native African ways of governing ourselves before the European came. We just didn't call it democracy. Okay? Now, Europeans came with their philosophy and mambo yote. Even communism. I mean, what is communism? There's communism, the European ya kina Karl Marx. And we had communism, the African communal level. It's not exactly the same, but the concept kind of is the same. All right? Yeah, things are boiling. Helen of Troy saying, we have chaos because thugs have taken the country hostage. The constitution is just on paper. Absolutely. That's what I'm saying. Constitution comes alive if you implement it. Just like the faithful. The Bible is just a book full of papers with 66 books in it. And I don't know how many chapters. If you don't implement what's in the Bible, then you're not going to receive the power that the Bible actually has in store in it. Same thing, we have the Constitution. But if you don't want to enact, implement, act on what the Constitution says, then it remains a piece of paper. So these thugs that are in power, they do not want to follow it. So they bring confusion because they know if we follow the Constitution, majority of them, if not all of them, shall be in jail. So yeah, I agree with you, Helen Otroy. Green, the fact that Raila had to go back to Burundi yesterday means that things are very tight. Yes. I mean, there's a guy called Ahmed yesterday was on Daybreak with Kajwang and Kaluma and some other guy. And he says so. He say like Raila went there and met with the president of Egypt. And you know, they shook hands, had tea, and Raila left. And as soon as Raila left, the Egyptian president made it clear that he's going to vote for Yusuf Mohammed. And I gave it the breakdown on my previous video when I mentioned that if you look at the Francophone, West Africa in general, North Africa, that is locked in for Yusuf Mohammed. I told you this position is going to be determined by interpersonal skills, diplomatic skills, because this is all about the individual. You're going to sway heads of states. It is not the people of those individual countries that are going to vote for the AUC chairperson. So what is mostly important is the interpersonal connection that Raila is going to make while talking to our heads of state. Okay? Because you're trying to sway them to vote for you, convince them that you are going to be the top diplomat of this AUC chair position. And you're going to incorporate the interest as your advocate for the African well-being. Okay? So it is very important in diplomacy, the language that you use, right? The manner in which you use it, and also what are you offering? Like I say, in any mediation or any conversation or any sales pitch, okay? If you're a salesman, for those of you who have worked in sales, what value are you bringing to that individual that you're talking to? You see what I'm saying? And that's why I mentioned the Eritrean guy is at an advantage because he has been a foreign minister for Djibouti for 28 years. He speaks 3 major languages that are being spoken in Africa: French, English, and Arabic. So for him to negotiate his position, make his case, pitch his case to the North Africans is easy like Sunday morning. For him to pitch his case to the Francophone nation is easy like Sunday morning. For him to negotiate his case to the Anglophones is easy like Sunday morning. That's where Raila is kind of stuck, because Raila speaks German and English. Okay? And he's not that, I don't know, he's not good with his words. You've heard him speak on public. He's not persuasive. I know a lot of you guys have been caught up because he is a larger than life figure in Kenya. He's somebody that you've seen on your TV screen since you are 2 years old. So you think his influence is just as big outside of Kenya. But no, I'm talking about interpersonal skills, persuasion, salesmanship, diplomacy, how you relate to another. I don't think Raila have that skill set in him. Even if you look at his political history, okay, Raila has enjoyed the fact that he has had a huge constituency, his followers who are willing to go out to the Kenyan streets and cause chaos and force the government of the day to sit down with him and meet some of his demands. But in the African continent, on the continental level, you're not going to have the ODM goons raid Addis Ababa and start burning out things saying, Raila, no peace. No. You have to have that skill set, the salesmanship. Use the language. Language is a very important thing to have. For example, if there's 2 men who are trying to seduce or to get with a Chinese woman, one speaks Mandarin and the other does not. The other one will probably have to have an interpreter. So if you're trying to persuade that beautiful Chinese woman to go out in a date with you, since we are speaking about Valentine's, and you're using an interpreter, telling the woman all these wonderful words, but you're using an interpreter, it's not the same. It doesn't feel the same. She won't feel you because it's not coming out as well as you would like it to. But if you speak Mandarin, you'll start with ni hao. And the fact that you greet her with the same language, she will be interested, appalled, awed. Oh my God, you're speaking my language. You see what I'm saying? And that's what part of diplomacy. Diplomacy is all about persuasion, language, convincing through persuasion. All right, let me get in. Ati Wamugoro has gone with his MPs. Even Wamunyoro Amanda. Let me read your comments. I will tell you that for a fact that the D-Day for forecasting the vote cons, Tanzania and countries we thought will vote for Raila will vote for the other way. Shock awaits Kenya. WS Banker say democracy means majority rule. Kenya is not a democracy in that sense. It's a republic with a democratic voting process, just like the West. Absolutely. Kenya is not a democracy. Even the way we rule. I mean, you see the bills that have been passed in the parliament. There's nothing democratic about that because they are supposed to consult the people before they these things, but they don't. Gypsy Corner is in the house. Karibu sana, Gypsy Corner. Nice seeing you. I'm so happy to see you. Oh my goodness, I'm so happy. All right. WS Bank say habari okay. DBS say the history of the people of the continent is one of empires and kingdoms. Democracy is not part of the lineage before colony. No. WS Banker, listen to me. This is what I mean. If you talk about the empires and all this stuff, okay? How did the kings actually, all of the kings in Africa, how did they rule? Did they consult with the people? That's the question, okay? That's the democratic aspect of it. I'm not talking about the classic definition of Western democracy. I'm talking about democracy as far as the majoritarian will of the people being respected by the king and queens of Africa. That existed before the European came and defined to us what democracy was. That's what I meant. Okay, but anyway, Corman Raila will be coming back to rock his chair. Not a good Valentine's Day. Well, at least he will have to enjoy his Valentine's Day before the actual vote. So, yeah. Colonial languages. Yes, colonial languages. Yeah. LOL is LOL. Easy like Sunday morning. Been listening to the Commodores. I see nice description. Raila is happy working with his supporters' brain cells. He took the supporters' brain cells. Djibouti is a military base, so for every major military power on the planet, this has to change. The fact makes it a colonial force. Yes, it is. Djibouti has like Russians over there. They have Chinese. They have Americans. So yeah, you're right. The Western, and again, I like this comment, but let me just say something about that too, because I was listening to Kaloma and Ahmed and Kajwang and the other gentleman who I forgot his name yesterday on Daybreak, and they were so much focused on again. We kind of missed the point. I think Ahmed did get it a little bit, but when they were making the arguments for Baba or whatever the case is, Raila Odinga, I don't call him Baba because he's not my dad, but I just want to make this. They were making the points by mentioning that, Kenya is this wonderful country, okay? It's there above top 2 or whatever the case is as far as its diplomatic prominence or whatever the case is. Its geopolitical importance to the West, okay? We have I don't know what and this compared to Djibouti. That's the kind of point they were making. We have American base here. We have a good relationship with Americans and all that stuff. And they were zeroing in external factors that makes Kenya strategic of strategic importance to the West. And I kept on thinking to myself, how is that going to play in the heads of states who are actually going to put in the votes? Okay, whether Kenya is a strategic geopolitical powerhouse for the West or not, I don't think that factors into the heads of state of the AU who are going to vote for either Raila or the Djibouti candidate, Yusuf Mohammed. I don't think that has any significance at all. Like I said, the most important factor that may lead to persuade the heads of state, these heads of state who are going to cast their vote for either Raila or Djibouti president, is the manner in which these candidates are going to present their agenda, their vision. And that has a lot to do with how they communicate, the persuasive nature of the candidate. That's what it comes down to. Being a popular figure in Kenya is not enough. I'm sorry, Raila fans. That alone is not enough. You have to offer more. If I'm sitting somewhere I'm the president of Tunisia, for example, what is Raila to me? I don't know him. I know he's running for the AUC. So I would like to hear his vision for Africa. Convince me. You're somewhere from Kenya. Okay, I know Kenya somewhere. All I know about Kenya is like we have wonderful long-distance runners. There's lions and tigers over there. Sorry, lions and not tigers, but giraffes. Make your case, Raila Odinga. And you come in here with Makau Mutua and an interpreter and 100 MPs. And you start telling me about Vision 2030, Lion of Africa, I don't know what. Anyway, I'm just exaggerating because I'm biased, but I'm just saying. They'll be swayed. I will be persuaded by the arguments, how you make it, your history. What's your history in diplomacy? You see what I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, friends and comrades? Those are the factors that I'm talking about. This will come down to the personal, interpersonal connection with these heads of state. Okay? This has nothing to do with whether Kenya is a geopolitical, heavyweight in the eastern region of Africa, or a strategic and whatever for the Western powers. That has nothing to do with it. Like I say, this position is a position for a top diplomat. So yeah, Gypsy saying AU chair is where the Kenyans can't rig and bribe the Kenyan kingpin, the African kingpin. Woo-wee! Aye, leo mnaniua. Anyone wants to join the losers party? Where is the party? Please tell us. Should we hold a party for Raila Odinga? I think we should. Okay, I will. Let me see. On Saturday, right? I'll see. Does anyone know what time the voting will actually take place? Please let me know in the chat. I might hold. I will try to go live then when the voting is happening. Please, somebody, please let me know what time, local time in Addis Ababa or in Kenya, when the voting, the live. I don't know if the voting will be televised or. I know it's a secret voting, so it's probably they're just going to announce who won. I don't know actually how it works. Somebody tell me on the chat if you have any information. Gypsy, I would love Mashida I don't party. Sasa nitakunywa maji ya mdafu polepole na ikiwezekana niende diani. Okay. Hii kitu ni kubwa. Oboshwana hata yeye ameenda. Oboshwana wawetu. You guys are killing me. Yes, that makes sense. Raila does not interact with the world as Yusuf probably has. The voting will be live. The voting will be live? Oh, I didn't know. No, listen, guys. Oh, okay, it will be live. Because I know one thing is for sure. They say the voting will be secret voting, so you don't know who will vote for who. So even if Museveni, even Ruto might vote for the Djibouti candidate, and we might not know because the vote is a secret. So Yeah, I just don't know what time it will be. We will eat as well. We will party all night long. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So that is what I that's what I'm talking about. I want to know. I've been told by Green there that the voting will be live, but apparently the voting is going to be a secret. The voting, that much I know. The voting process is going to be a secret vote. They're not going to tell us who voted for who. If it's whatever the case is, yeah. I know Tanzania and maybe Burundi will vote for Djibouti. Somebody told me that Raila had to go to Burundi before he went to Addis Ababa. Ni kama Burundi waliona hii mambo. Now I don't know if Burundi okay, let's look at the conflict in Congo, for example. When I look at the conflict in Congo, Kagame is probably going to vote for Raila, because Kenya kind of, Kenya is not Congo's favorite. Like I mentioned in my previous video, you saw when there was riots in Kinshasa where Kenyan embassy was attacked, American embassy was attacked, and Rwandese embassy was attacked. Congolese are not happy with Kenya. So if the Burundi, I don't know Burundi what their position is in this Congo issue. If Burundi is siding with Congo, then Burundi and Congo, Felix Tshisekedi, and the Burundian president, who I don't know his name, shall vote for the Eritrean guy. Okay, that's what I think. So between Congo and Congo and Rwanda, I feel like Felix will vote for the president of Congo will vote for Djibouti, and the president of Rwanda, Kagame, shall probably, more than likely, vote for Raila Odinga. That's my personal opinion. Yeah. Yes, he went to try to convince Burundi to vote for Raila. Tutaona. Shibaria say name of Facebook was also invited to Camp Raila, paid for by the taxpayers. Oh my goodness. Yeah. What about Moses Kuria? I saw a picture of Moses Kuria. He doesn't look well at all. I don't know what is ailing Moses Kuria. His health doesn't look that. Oh, so if Burundi, oh my lord, if Burundi sides with Congo, then Raila is toast. He's toast. Kwesha. Kabisa. Well, but yes, I can't wait for the real parties to begin. Walijaribu ile kitu jana. Walijaribu ile kitu yani. Like I said, so far, if I look at the map, I want you guys to take a vision. Use your imagination here. Imagine you're watching CNN, and I am Anderson Cooper. It's election night, but the election is the African Union. Look at the African map. Okay, just picture that. I am Anderson Cooper. Tuendelee. Please use your imagination. I'm sitting there suited up, and I'm showing you the map of Africa, of the countries that may most likely will go to the Djibouti candidate. Let's take the whole of North Africa, the whole of West Africa, except Togo and maybe Nigeria. Let's take all of that. And Central, the French-speaking Central, with the exception of Rwanda. All of that is going to Djibouti. All of it. The Muslim, Arab North is going for Djibouti. The French Francophone Western Africa is going to Djibouti. the Central French colonized Africa with the exception of Rwanda, Djibouti. Eastern Africa, Uganda, Tanzania, Kenya, of course. I don't know about Mozambique. Those three. South Africa, Kenya, Tanzania, and Uganda. That's Raila Odinga, 4. Okay? Yeah. Ati apate 1 vote. Raila better, he has to win. If he doesn't win, watu wamemgoja jamani. Watu wamemgoja. Wacha tusubiri, tusije kuambiana pole hapa. Okay. Shakahola banned me for life. Executive has even put his gatekeepers to block me. What did you do this time? And is that bad? Don't want to go. Pole, Gypsy. Hapa is always hapa ni home. Kenya Revolutionary Channel is always home. Pole. It's their loss anyway. They don't know. But anyway, like I was saying, again, picture the map of Africa. Take all Northern Africa, the Arab nations, North, the desert, Egypt, Tunisia, Morocco, Algeria. I know Mali will not be voting because they are new. They've been banned. They don't qualify. Okay? Yeah, but I would say that because I know Ramaphosa is Raila's personal friend, because I think they're kind of involved in some business. I don't know, the gas business that they're involved in. And Raila's, I think Raila has his company is in South Africa or something like that. So they're really close friends with Ramaphosa. So I believe, based on that personal relationship they have with Ramaphosa will probably vote for Raila Odinga. Maaskofu pia wao wanamuitisha na maombi pia. They actually will include Northern Nigeria, Hosa, Songa. What do you mean, WS Banker? I mean, Northern Nigeria is considered a state in itself, because I think Tinubu covers that as the head of Nigeria, or whatever, head of state of Nigeria. And Tinubu through Obasanjo, I think they'll give it to Raila Odinga. That's my view. I don't know. Maybe hii wiki ukue active na hii nduka yetu nduka. Sawa. Hii wiki itakuwa active. Hii wiki Teregenye tutaona pale ataenda. Haya. Baba, I'm sure he regrets betraying Gen Z. If he can reverse time, he can't dare again. The sad SAD, South African, whatever, yeah, that movement, countries have been supporting Congo. Have they? Yeah, yes, Green, I agree with you. Yeah, I mean, I see what you're saying. Ndio maana niko nasema hivi, nasema hivi, I don't think, kwa sababu, you know what, that's a good point. That's a good point. To me, I feel, and maybe I might be wrong, ikifika kwa Ramaphosa, I know Kenya and South Africa, they don't see eye to eye as far as the Congo's conflict is concerned. So if they were to consider that, going to the ballot box, whatever the voting process they are going to take, yes, Raila is in a disadvantaged position. Okay? But like I said, I think the interpersonal touch, skills, and again, Ramaphosa and Raila have a long-standing relationship, okay, which I think will trump over the fact that, you know, maybe they are not sitting on the same, they don't perceive the conflict resolution process or whatever, the same as diplomatic position they hold on the Congolese conflict. Okay, so I think it's a tricky one. I just don't. I don't. You know what? But you know what? Let me say this. Let me say this. You might be right, because you know what? It's actually a secret vote. Hey, Shabala Saba. It's a secret vote. So while the South African President Ramaphosa might be friends with Raila Odinga, a personal friend, that might not guarantee that Ramaphosa shall vote for Raila Odinga, because Ramaphosa might be voting in the interest of South Africa, especially as it relates to the issue of Congo. He wants somebody who will be there, who will actually consider South Africa's concern regarding the issue of Congo. And if he feels like Raila is a personal friend, but might not, be the guy to help out as the AUC chairperson regarding the Congolese, the Congo issue, then he might vote for Joseph. So yeah, it's a secret vote. Yes. It's a secret vote. I get it. Yeah. So that hey, woo-wee. Even Museveni might even vote against Raila Odinga. Hey, kwa sababu ni secret vote. Secret. Haya, tuangalie. Ramaphosa won't vote for him juu ya Russia. Urusi, yeah. Urusi are very close to South Africa. Tinubu. Ati Tinubu ataona ballot kweli na huo uzee. Tinubu ataambiwa vote hapa, and he will vote. They may abstain from voting. Oh, they can? I didn't know that. Wait, so let me ask this for those of you who are on the know. In case each candidate does not meet the threshold of the 33 votes out of 68, I think, what happens then? They go to a second round of voting? Russia is supreme than friends. Ruto gave Raila to the sharks and deep in enjoying it. Deep down is enjoying it. It's a revenge. It's a secret vote. No, not a state by itself. They want to separate to the Sahel. But you are right. Tinubu probably will vote for Raila. Ramaphosa does in fact have a big military, and that is in Djibouti's favor. The last time Amina stood for the same seat, actually Uganda, Tanzania, and Burundi did not support Kenya. Yeah, but to be fair, Amina and Raila Odinga, as far as the Eastern African bloc, Amina does not have the same clout as Raila Odinga in the Eastern African bloc. That's what I mean. I didn't even know who Amina was, to be honest with you. Nothing against her, but that's just so. There's a second and third. There's a second and third world. There's second and second. Oh, there's a second and second round. Sasa your second round. Plus Kenya and Rwanda are close. Congo will remember that. Yes, I think Tshisekedi Felix will probably go for the Djibouti guy. That I'm guarantee. I think he'll go for the Djibouti guy. Yeah. So let's look at our proverbial map. Not our proverbial map, but our imaginary map. I want you guys to use your imagination. Look at the map of Africa. I am the CNN in entourage to Constitution Room. It's election night. We are looking at the African continent. The AUC is at stake, the chairperson position, seat. The whole of North Africa and west, with a single dot in Nigeria and Togo, because Togo and Nigeria is one, actually. Togo is an extension of Nigeria. So let's just count Togo and Nigeria out of it as going to Raila Odinga, okay? But the rest, it shall go red, okay? Djibouti, Yusuf Mohammed is represented by red. Raila is represented by blue. So all the North Africa is painted red. Egypt, Algeria, Morocco, Tunisia, I think even Ethiopia. Sudan is not in contention. South Sudan is in contention, but South Sudan will probably go for Raila. Niger is qualified, I think. Yeah. Shout out to Maxwell Chikumbutso. Who's Maxwell Chikumbutso? Can you help me, please? I am very ignorant. Who's Maxwell Chibuguto? Hii kitu chwani chwani. Yeah. So the whole of North Africa, the whole of West Africa, Francophone nations shall fall on for Djibouti guy. Then tukiingia hapa Somali will probably go for, I don't know. Somali, Eritrea, of course, Ethiopia, Southern Sudan. Yeah. Tuingie hapo, tuende Congo, Rwanda, Uganda, Tanzania, Kenya, Mozambique, Namibia, Zimbabwe, Botswana, nimesema Namibia, Botswana, Lesotho, South Africa, Madagascar. Djibouti, ladies and gentlemen, Kenya Revolutionary Channel is projecting that the Djibouti candidate, Mohamed Yusuf, is going to be the new AUC chairperson. That's my projection. Breaking news. Let me watch niweke bana hapa. I'm so full of it. I love it. Woo-wee. Haya. Wacha niwaekee hapa sasa ndio mjue. Ngoja hii ni bana gani tena hii. Wacha niwaekee. Haya. So, breaking news. Injects. Haya, mnaendelea. Please like the video jamani, msikae tu hivyo, mkae mstari wa mbele. Like the video guys. We are projecting the Djibouti candidate to be the winner of the AU chair with at least 40 votes. Haya, breaking news. Mkae mstari wa mbele. Breaking news. KR channel projects the Djibouti candidate to be the winner of the AU chair with 40 votes. That's the breaking news here. Breaking news. Tumeangalia. I think wameenda wengi hivyo ili kura zisiibiwe. Ay, yawa. The Djibouti man yesterday told off Raila in an interview that the AUC is not a retirement seat for old people. Alimwambia. Remove also Muslim countries, they'll stand by their brother. Absolutely. Ndio maana nasema hata Somali. I don't know how Ethiopia feels about Kenya. But Ethiopia and Djibouti, they kind of look alike. So Ethiopia, Somali, Minawambia, I'm telling you, I'm looking at the map right now. Please use your imaginary your mind to imagine. Look at the map. Hata tukienda South Africa saizi, tuanze na South sasa, the southern part of Africa. Mnanagwa is it Zambia, Zimbabwe? Zambia, Zimbabwe, Namibia, Malawi, Botswana, Lesotho, South Africa, Angola, hao watu watapigia Raila kweli? Hey, haya. Kenyans have got no brothers and sisters to vote for them. They are scared of being kidnapped by Kasongo, Kawongo, and his goons. Yes. Niliona Uzea apeleke. Is it true? Djibouti man told him that, hey, you see a retirement seat, By the way, and I'm against ageism. But to be fair, tukiangalia tu kweli, Raila looks a little bit old. Hii kazi is too much. It will be too much for him. For a 90-year-old to be flying all over Africa, first of all, ataanza it's just too much for the old man. Let's just face it. Yes, age plays a big role. Raila is a bit too old. Hata ukimwangalia vile anatembea. Yani he's struggling to walk. I mean, he's trying his best to look young. You have to accept sometimes that your time on earth is imefika. You are at the twilight end of your years. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Is it that guy from Zimbabwe who built cars that use radioactive energy? I saw him with Mnangagwa. I think I saw a clip. I don't know if that's his name, if the same guy we're referring to, but yeah. Egypt, Morocco, Libya, Tunis. Hayo yote ni Djibouti. No, Raila is 175. To be honest, that's his real age. He's using ninio inaitwaje. What is that stuff that Hollywood people use to look young? The stuff they squeeze from children. I won't get into that. Kama mnajua. I remember the African heads saying that the AU chair is not a posh nursing home or retirement. Woo! Hey! Uhuru angeenda ya baba atulie. Uhuru ako na kansa, wacha akae kidogo, ashaiba ya kutosha, wacha akae ninio. Ishaweri pole. Azidi kusumbua Ruto through his ninio. Yeah. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen. Breaking news. Kenya Revolutionary Channel projects the Djibouti candidate to be the winner of the AU chair with 40 votes. 40 solid votes. Tafadhali. We have made our projection. Breaking news. Tumeangalia map. Tumeangalia the southern part of Africa. Tukianza na Angola, Malawi, Zimbabwe, Zaire. Tuende chini. Madagascar, Lesotho, South Africa. We don't see any kura for Raila Odinga. Because like I said, the northern part and the western part is already gone. Imeenda. Hiyo imeenda kwa nani? Kwa Mahmoud. Let us look critically what countries shall vote for Raila. Tumpatie tu ile tumpatie ile theoretically. Tumpatie. Haya. Tanzania, Rwanda, Uganda, Kenya, that is 4. South Africa tumpatie tu hiyo South Africa, tumpatie. Alafu tumpatie ile ya Tinubu, hiyo ni 6. Alafu tumuongezee Togo. Haya. Nani mwingine atampatia hapo? Tukiangalia hapo South sioni. Unafikiri Mnangagwa atampatia kweli? Sioni. Naangalia maybe Somali, but Somali is Muslim. Watapatia Djibouti. Mimi nimempatia 6. Which country also can give Nani? I think Raila will not get more than 10 votes. I'm telling you, Raila will not get more than 10 votes. Maybe atapata maximum that Raila can get is 15. And I'm being generous. Maximum is 15. Maximum. Yeah, stem cells. There's a name for it. What is it called? There's a name for it. WS Bank. I don't know what they call it. Kwa nini unacheka shi Mariam? Hebu tuambie tucheki. Madam Suluhu will vote for his Djibouti brother. No, I think Suluhu already he was calling Raila sijui kakangu. No, we are just being generous to Raila Odinga. Yeah. We are being generous to Raila Odinga. Uganda, Kenya, Tanzania, Rwanda, Nigeria, Togo, South Africa. Outside of that, Miss Yoni. Oh, and Southern Sudan. Hiyo ni 8. Southern Sudan. Kwa sababu ya Kir is you know, he kind of speaks Luo. So Southern Sudan. So hiyo ni 8. Which other country can go? Of all the countries that you're looking at there, tumuongezee Ethiopia. Ama Kedareo, where are you getting 15 votes from? Are you really? I am being very generous. What Raila might get. I told you, let me start. Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, okay, Rwanda, South Africa, Nigeria, Togo, Southern Sudan. Hiyo ni 8 solid ones for Raila Odinga. Okay? Because I don't see between Malawi, Zimbabwe, Zambia, Angola, Lesotho, I don't see it. Yeah? So I'm giving Raila Odinga maximum 15 votes. Because I told you, if we are looking at the map, and we look at the map, Djibouti amechukua North Africa yote plus Somali, kwa sababu ni Warabu na Waislamu. Somali is a Islamic nation. Okay? Alafu Ethiopia and Djibouti are kind of they're same. They're like brothers. Okay? Ethiopia, Eritrea, and Djibouti are kind of the same. Okay? Then you look at West Africa, the Francophone nations. Besides Nigeria, who's in the West, Tinubu, because of Nani's factor, Raila's friend, Tinubu will vote for Raila. And Togo by and large is kind of like part of Nigeria. Okay? Ati have been anointed with Raila's oil. Hey, comment section leo. Hey, sijui muliamka na nini. And Raila oil. Ai, tuvaeni miwani muangalie vizuri. I'm telling you. Wewe, Raila needs 33 votes. Na mimi naona the maximum he will get is 15. 15. Djibouti guy will get 40. Juu amechukua guarantee. Amechukua Northern, all the Islamic and Arabic nations, na Western Francophone nations. Sasa wakina Mnanago wataangalia tu hivyo, waangalie Raila, waangalie, alafu waseme hii tunapatia nani? Tunapatia Yosef. Yosef anapatiwa. Yosef Mahamud. Wallahi Mohamed Mahmoud ananinio. Anapata hii kitu. I don't see anything. Ama mnaona analysis yenu ni gani? Mimi nimeproject breaking news. The Djibouti candidate to be the winner of the AU chair with 40 votes. Why are you worried? Worried about why are you? Me, I'm confident. Would it be funny? Let me just say this. Would it be funny if Raila loses, then it is leaked that Ruto voted for Mahmoud Yusuf of Djibouti? That will be the greatest news ever. The best. Mahmoud, karibu sana Chief Negus. Don't be worried. We have projected in this channel that the Djibouti candidate to be the winner of the AU chair with 40 votes. Nimewambia, Raila maximum ni 15. But nikipiga hesabu yangu, Raila will get 8. Nawambia, I'm telling you, take it to the bank. Mwalimu Cooperative. Yeah. Wakenya wambaya, you don't support your own. He's been embraced by outsider but his own hawamtaki. Mulianiwa na nani. You know, I was also talking about this. You know how people say we have to be patriotic. We have to be patriotic in order to vote for Raila Odinga. Let's support our own Raila Odinga. Let's be patriotic. actually, by Kenyans rejecting Raila Odinga and not supporting him, that's a patriotic duty, because it is the very Raila Odinga who did an unpatriotic duty to join hands and save the political life of a rejected president, Kaongo Kasongo, aka William Samoei Ruto. So rejecting Raila is actually a patriotic duty by the citizens. In fact, zile emails zinasendiwa to the heads of state, tafadhali send them. Spam those emails. It is it is a patriotic duty for every Kenyan to reject Raila Amolo Odinga for the AUC seat for his betrayal. Every electioneering year, when people have chosen him, have voted for him, he turns his back away from them and joins the loser, the oppressive regime of the day. So it is actually patriotic to campaign against Raila Odinga. Very patriotic duty. In fact, anybody who does that, who campaigns against Raila Odinga, should be given a Medal of Honor, the burning spear. Unanisikia? Yeah, don't let these people twist things that it is patriotic to support Raila Odinga. You should not support him. The campaigning Raila Odinga is a patriotic duty, and anyone who does so publicly should be given a Medal of Honor, the burning spear. Yes. If Raila didn't have greasy hands, Kenya would have been Kasogoless. Yes. We saw. He stood up and told Nani yani anipatia Sakaja. Anasema Sakaja akwae the next Nairobi. The Nairobians are so tired of Sakaja. Lakini anasema Sakaja akimbie tena 2027. Hiyo ni ungwana kweli. Rest in peace Leonard Mamo Mbotela. Hiyo ni ungwana kweli. Jibaba jizima. Mzee. Mwenye miaka 90 na kitu. Anasimama mbele ya umati ya watu kutuambia tumpigie Sakaja. Sakaja. Yeah. Hiyo ni ungwana kweli. I'm telling you. Babu Owino also needs to go to committee. Babu Owino shot somebody. You know, Kenya is a criminal enterprise. Kenya is a criminal enterprise. We are being led by a bunch of thugs, criminals. I saw Babu in Geoff Koinange. I didn't see the whole interview. He was quoting all Proverbs, the book of Proverbs, sijui nini. I mean, I was just like, shut up. Shut up, Babu Owino. Babu Patel Owino. I heard his it is said his father is actually an Indian man. Nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying. But he grew up in Kisumu. Ongili should not come to a public television and start quoting the Bible after he shot somebody on camera. He should be in Kodiaga prison, serving 90 years for attempted murder. Waititu stole what? 580. I'm telling you, hii Kenya jamani. Hii Kenya. Please, I think they should be, you know how Arsenal, they have on their sleeve saying visit Rwanda. I think one of the teams, Sheffield United, should have something. If you want to be a thief, go to Kenya. Kenya is a thriving ground for criminals, from the president to his cabinet to the judiciary. And the legislative is now a den of thieves. Thieves and murderers. Raila has betrayed Babu. Raila ni boom. Mwevu. Yeah, kuna wivu sana. Yeah. Waititu, so is Waititu going to jail? Ama watafanya ile kadabra alafu. In fact, kesi ya Waititu, let me tell you something. Wacha niwaambie kitu. Waititu has been found guilty only because Waititu was on that coalition ya Wamunyoro. Bas, unaona? Waititu amepatikana kuwa guilty because Waititu, remember when Eugene Wamalwa, Kalonzo, Matiangi, Wamunyoro met somewhere when Eugene Wamalwa was announcing I don't know what. Waititu was there with Malala. And Kasongo kaona, oh, Waititu, you are helping. Kuja hapa. Kuja hapa. Yes. Akamwambia, that's how they get them. Even Sonko. Every time Sonko starts voicing his opinion against Kasongo, unasikia amerudishwa kwa koti. Amerudishwa kwa koti. Uliona alianza kuzungumza juu ya serikali vibaya. Wakasema ile kesi yake ambayo ilishawachiliwa tena imerudiliwa tena. Wanaifungua tena. So this is how Kasongo is using these people. Every time these people try to go against him, anafungua kesi. Anasema, wewe, hii corruption kesi yako hapa, alafu anatulia. I'm telling you. Bibi ya Waititu 500k fine. Deal imepigwa kwa court. Yeah. They don't go to jail. Wewe unalipa tu pesa alafu unaenda. This is how they behave. Fine 53 million or 12 years imprisonment. But we know he in Kenya. I'm yet to see somebody. There was a guy from Western. What was his name? That was Ali. He was fined. Afanye sijui life in prison. I don't know what's his name. Mpaka sahi hajaenda jela. Story yake hata ili sijui ilienda wapi. Yes, because ako kwa Wamunyoro village. Yes. So you see, guys, this is what's going on. What was Mbadi saying? I saw he had a press conference. I don't know what kind of press conference he was giving. Anatuambia mambo ya sijui, I don't know what. But anyway. Yes, Didmas aliwa mtu. Na bado anakula mnofu huku nje. And he even wants to be a governor. I'm telling you, you can't write these things up. You can't. This is just unbelievable. Yeah, Didmas. Anyway, William Ruto 100 MPs plus Raila Odinga and his entourage versus Djibouti candidate. Djibouti candidate showed up with his wife and 2 of his assistants. Raila Odinga showed up with the whole Kenyan legislative body behind it, plus the cabinet ministers. I'm surprised I didn't see Kipchirchir Onesmus. They're all in Addis Ababa at the expense of the taxpayers' money, claiming to give support to Raila Odinga. What a sight to behold. Here in Kenya, on behalf of Kenya Revolutionary Channel, we have done our own analysis and we've projected that the Djibouti candidate is the winner of the AU, African Union Chairperson, is the new one. He has won with more than 40 votes in our estimation. Raila, on the other hand, is believed to have only 11 votes. And the rest went to the other person. I don't know, he was from Madagascar or whatever the case is. Was this from Mauritius or Madagascar? So here we project that Yosef Mahmoud The candidates from Eritrea, sorry, not Eritrea, Djibouti has won and is then going to be the next African Union Chairperson. We shall just wait for the, the formalities to happen on Saturday. But we already know the Djibouti candidate has won. Let us meet here on Saturday when we start the ceremony. We want to see the 100 MPs plus Raila Odinga, what he will have to say when he comes back to Kenya. Yes, Waluke is who I was talking about. Yes. So as you hear that, yeah, hey, yeah. Anyway, that is the news. We shall keep on giving you analysis, political analysis, as we approach the D-Day. I told you on Saturday will just be formalities, but the Djibouti guy is the next AU chairperson. We shall continue to discuss that. So please continue to like this video. All of you who are watching, hata kama unachungulia hapa, like. Na kama mja subscribe immediately. Na uweke hiyo notification button because it is about to get hot. On Saturday tunaenda marathon. While the voting will take place at AU. Marathon. I will be in the studio. Marathon. Full coverage. Eh? Complete coverage. Waluke stole millions and was found guilty, and the man is out here walking free with Ruto. Absolutely. Until we hang somebody on an electric post, ndio wataacha kutuibia kabisa. High Court dropped the murder case in 2023 against Barasa. Shameful. Yeah. So ndio hiyo. Mnasikia, we shall be covering this. And I don't know, for all of you Donald Trump people who are talking about Donald Trump here, sijui tukutane, hiyo ni next week, tukishamalizana na Raila. Tutaongea. Yeah. That means hakuna shida, they'll die miserably. Na watachomwa kuliko ibilisi. Yeah. So guys, do me a favor. Like the video. I'm giving you 5 minutes to like the video. Now make sure notification, umeweka notification, that notification bell iko on. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. Share it so that people can get this news. This is breaking news. Kenya Revolutionary Channel has projected that the Djibouti candidate, Mohamed Yusuf Mahmoud, is going to be the next African Union chairperson with 40+ votes. We have projected that. So please go ahead. Share it in your political chat rooms. Okay? WhatsApp groups, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. What else? Pinterest. I don't even know which ones else. Hizo zote mnatumianga. Yeah? Wekeni yote. Haya, Shibari yame nakwambia hebu nikimbia hadi nimeona kuna breaking news moja niwaletee ube. Sawa Shibari up. But yeah, so like I said, we are breaking it down, and in our estimation, I think the Djibouti guy is going to be the new AU chairperson with more than 40 votes. So that's the news. But anyway, I would like to take this opportunity to thank Shibariam, WS Banker, Mr. Green, or I don't know if he's a man or a woman, Green, Gypsy Corner, a very VIP member here, apparently alifukuzwa huko Shakahola. You know, Bernard associates you with this channel, so ukiingia huko vile Captain used to tell me, huko hata mimi siwezi kuchungulia, nikichungulia tu nje. Nice seeing you, Gypsy. WS Bank as usual. Chief Negus, another VIP member of this channel, who we value her opinion. Okay, wote ambao wamekuwa hapa na sisi. Okay, who else am I missing jamani, nisiwakose yoyote. Annie, who was the first one here, Pia. Annie is a VIP executive chat member. Hey, AUE. Yeah. So guys, thank you so much for being part of this stream. I'll be coming back, maybe, probably. Just depends if there's any other breaking news regarding AU or Kenyan politics. I shall be here for another live session, and we shall be discussing what needs to be discussed, what's going on. Like I said, if it's your first time, this channel is all about Kenyan politics, and also world politics as it relates to Kenya. So please, if you like that stuff and you want to discuss that stuff, go ahead and subscribe, share, like, comment, and put that notification bell on so that every time I come in, you can always find me here. And I always invite people in the studio too. I will do that in my next session. I'm sorry I didn't do it now, but go ahead and like the video, subscribe. And like I said, I will again, the breaking news here was Kenyan Revolutionary Challenge projects that the Djibouti candidate is going to be the next African Union Chairperson. That's our view. That's where we stand. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time, later, as we continue to give you coverage and analysis on Kenyan politics, or should I say Kenyan politics. My name is Kenyan Revolutionary. Peace and blessings to you, and always pray and pray always for your safety and for your country. Okay? Thank you so much. Shibari Arabia, SADC, the 16 countries to back Madagascar guy. That means a lot for Baba. Woo-wee! Hey! Tutaona, tutazidi kuchambua. Sashi Mariam, wewe ukifika Addis basi utupigie simu tuambie mambo vipi huko. Haya basi. I'll see you guys later. Thank you. I'm out.